What's up? I'm back. Technical difficulties. Sometimes you gotta try new things, but sometimes you gotta go back to the basics, like the San Francisco Giants do. Gary Lamb, Main Event Mania. Back to the basics show. We were trying outside. Hey, it didn't work. We're trying external mic, but now we're gonna go to Old Faithful. I can't get you on, but you know what? You're with me in spirit. We gotta get back to the show. And I wanna, apparently the second half of my show, I try to get on my boy, Jalen Martinez. And when I put him on, hey, we got turned off, but we're not quitting. Thank you for trying, Jalen. But right now, like Batista, I walk alone. But the Giants don't have to be alone, because they got us, faithful San Francisco Giant fans. And this show is part 2, because we're going to do it again. You just don't leave a job half done like the Giants did in a playoff position, mid-season, and then fall through the cracks. You don't go out like that. I ain't going out like that. So therefore, we're going to do it again. We brought it back. We were outside in the wild backyard. But we're going to bring it back to the Gary Lamb Main Event Mania Man Cave. And we're going to get back to Giants basics. Recap of the show. The Giants brand. What is it? What it was specifically under Farhan Zaidi and Gabe Kapler. What needs to change? What needs to stay the same? And why Kapler's gone and Zaidi's still here. All right? But when I mean back to basics, Giants win on pitching, defense, and good baseball, and tough players who want to play at Oracle Park, AT&T, Willie Mays Plaza, whatever you want to call it, in McCovey Cove, out of here, adios pelota, or whatever. All right, just a quick recap. Reviewing Farhan Zaidi's final press conference of the season. He said some key things. He said a lot of nothing, but there was some key things that he said that really interested me. The first thing he said, well, a player told him. In fact, here, let's go back to Gabe Kapler. Gabe Kapler is gone, not because the Giants didn't win. He was going to stay. That's what I heard. That's what everyone heard. But a San Francisco Giants team cannot be missing cutoff men, not know how many, they got to know how many outs there are. And you can't have your ace pitcher, Logan Webb, saying, we don't have a winning culture. That's your main guy. When your main guy says we don't got a winning culture and they're willing to do something about it, adios Cap. And there was perception that Kapler was just a middle manager doing everything that upper management, the front office wanted. And Kapler was kissing butt to them, but wasn't laying the smack down on the roster, wasn't making sure that they're out there fielding grounders, kind of leaving them alone. Kapler over there getting mad at Kai Correa and getting mad at the team when he's, everyone says he's working hard, but he's over there, he looks like he's trying to, I'm sure he works hard. The guy looks like he's in great shape, but he's out there eating in the dugout. Not a good look, especially to fans who are already apathetic and just don't like his personality. Fans aren't showing up, and that's the you know what? That's the bottom line. Fans don't like him. Players are not playing for him. That's very apparent. He had to go. But I want to be fair. I said it before. I'm not sure if the Giants would have done any better record-wise with another manager, including Bruce Bochy, as far as 1 year. But I don't think any of the players progressed. What do we gain this year? Patrick Bailey, that guy's money. Great. But here's the difference. He played catcher the whole time. He didn't have to be like Casey Schmidt. Oh, I'm a third baseman, but I'm going to play shortstop. And he's hitting well. Cool. Good job, man. I wouldn't even known you were, if I didn't know your history, I wouldn't have known you were a third baseman. But you have him a shortstop, second base, playing all around. Getting pinch hit for when you're hot. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Special kind of players can play a major league shortstop, second base, or play all around. But to be a gold glover, a top-notch, top league defender, you got to practice your craft at your position. And the Giants rookies were put in a tough spot. Except for Bailey, and he succeeded because he only played catcher. And he knew who his backup was. It was Blake Sable. Who, by the way, Blake Sable, second on the team with 4 stolen bases. That's completely ridiculous when your backup catcher is second on the team in stolen bases. You're too damn slow. And Farhan Zaidi has been slow to catch up to the new rules since 2021, where the Giants won 107. The game has changed. The stadium has changed. Whatever, AT&T Oracle Park, whatever it is, you can't hit that many home runs. And that season it was special. You can't have regular mids hitting 20 home runs when they're 15 home run guys because the park plays small again because you close the gates. It doesn't travel as far. You got 233 hitters, striking out a bunch of times, hitting 15 home runs and not knocking in runs under 50. Got guys, and this is on Zaidi. Last thing about Cap. Kapler got fired because he listened to what Zaidi told him to do. He didn't get fired. Kapler's under pressure for doing what Zaidi told him to do. Play this platoon game. Openers are fine, but at the right time. Like the playoffs or a big game against the Dodgers when you got nobody. That's fine. But he went out doing what he knew he shouldn't have done. He played the game. And as soon as it wasn't expedient, he was out the door. Listening to his boss, did exactly what his boss told him to do. And then as soon as it wasn't right, he got the big shoe out of San Francisco. I've never seen I can't remember a Giant manager getting booted before the season ended, right before a series against the Dodgers. I mean, come on. That's a statement right there. All right. Let's get back to some of these stats here. And this is Zaidi. Look, straight up, Zaidi can't land the big fish. Not land the big fish. But I'm not going to say that he didn't pull up good major league players. I think the quintessential major league player on the San Francisco Giants, the quintessential Farhan Zaidi player, is Mike Yastrzemski. But here's the deal with Mike. Let me pull up Mike's stats here. All right. This tells you everything. Mike Yastrzemski played only 106 games. A good player. I like him. Clutch, but he gets hurt. Batted .233. 15 bombs. A lot of those were big bombs, but only 43 home runs. The money lies in the RBIs. The Giants are laying back, waiting for that big home run. We can't get guys on base. We can't steal a bag. We can't get them over. We're relying on a 233 on 230 hitters to hit home runs in a park that's not conducive to hit the home run. It doesn't make any damn sense. It's incongruent. Hitting off the bench is hard. It's hard to do this. And you're relying on that. It wasn't going to last. It's not going to last. I like Mike Yastrzemski. I think he needs to be a part of the Giants. I think I like Wilmer Flores. Those are good ball players. Patrick Bailey, what a catcher, right? Lamont Wade, I said the Giants will have a leadoff hitter. He did good. He had a nice on base percentage this year, but he only stole 2 bases. But I like Lamont Wade. There's good players around this team. They're, Thairo Estrada, nice player. I just want to get to some of these stats, though. Thairo Estrada led the team with 23 stolen bases. Good job, Thairo. I'm not saying he's going to be a leadoff hitter because he only had a .315 on-base percentage, but I think he's probably the best player on the team. Like, that's a made man. But you got Blake Sabol, second in stolen bases with 4. Backup catcher, 4 second in steals. The team's too slow. We got to add to our philosophy speed. And Michael Conforto with 4. Michael Conforto's not a speed guy. Why does he have 4 stolen bases? I mean, that's good for him, but the team is too slow. And it's inconsistent where they're playing. If you're going to go with these young guys, which I think you should, you got to give them room to mess up, and you got to, get on them when they're not playing defense. I can hang with that. I can hang with, taking my lumps with the young guys, but put them in a position to win. Luciano's known he outs there are. We'll put him in a platoon. Let him learn. Let him get consistent at bats. Just guys don't know the role. They feel like robots. They're not emotionally into the game. It wears on you. This style wears on the guys. There's certain players who can't play. Wilmer Flores, God bless that guy. He should be on a winning team because he can do it. He can handle the grind. That's a good player. We got, Blake Sabol, another good player, unsung rookie. Zaidi is good at. I like the guys we're bringing up. I like some of the fringe players we're bringing up. But here's what has to change. You can't be spending top dollar like he did with Haniger for mid players, especially after that injury history. I don't even know what Haniger can do because he hasn't played enough. Conforto was good when he played, but still, how many did he knock in? 58 RBIs for a major addition. I know those injuries, but these are the San Francisco Giants RBI leaders. J.D. Davis, 69. That's not enough for a major league club. That's not enough for the San Francisco Giants. Another guy. This is the good and the bad of Zaidi. Another quintessential Giant. A guy who Zaidi found off the scrap heap for cheap. What did he hit us? How many home runs? He had, 15 home runs? Let me get this guy's stats right. Who are our home run leaders? I know he had more than Yastrzemski. But a guy hits about, oh my God, okay, here it is. J.D. Davis, 18 home runs and 69 RBIs. A lot of times is our cleanup hitter. That's good for a 6th, 7th, 8th place hitter. That's good. And he gave us pretty good defense. That's good for a guy we picked up and traded for nothing. That's a great move. That's what's good about Zaidi. I like that. He's got a bunch of dudes. But he doesn't have the man. All right? Hey, and like I said, you can't be getting these Hanigers. You need the Shoheis, or you need one of your guys to develop. You need maybe Bailey develops into the guy we need. But he's never been a perfect hitter. Maybe one of these guys develop into that guy. And if we don't have the guy, the Giants have not hit 30 home runs literally since 2004 Barry Bonds. Then you got to change your style to more speed in the outfield with guys with great assist arms, especially in center and right, good defensive outfielders. They could be diverse style of hitters, a slap hitter, power hitter. But you need to change your style to good defense, hitting cutoff men, or, power arms at the right field. Can throw you out from right field to third base with a consistent arm. They need premium athletes, and they can learn at the plate. That's fine. But they play good baseball, and you might have to take your lumps, but you need a manager that can, get these guys in shape and also let them learn on the field. You need a manager who can do that and handle the veterans who you need to teach the young guys. And that doesn't sound like Kapler. Here's another thing that scared me. Let me go back to what we need. Center field, right fielder, speed, good arms. Yastrzemski was a good fielder. Maybe they need to platoon him. We need a center fielder and a shortstop. You cannot. You okay, Panda? Panda's right here. All right. Let me say hi to Panda. You need someone who can fetch at shortstop like Panda. Right, Panda? Want kisses? Thank you. All right, go back to your rest. But Panda ain't walking through that dugout. Is Luciano going to be the shortstop? If he is, he better know how many outs there are. He knows someone. We need a manager who knows how to deal with this kid. You can't have top players like Yastrzemski for getting the outs. You just can't do it. You can't have Haniger looking at the card. I mean, they're overthinking too much. They're not bought in. It's not consistent for a whole year. It's not consistent for the whole year. All right. But on the flip side, we are getting the J.D. Davises, the Mike Yastrzemskis. But here we go. This place can bring in a pitcher. This is what the Giants need. Let me tell you what we need to stop first. So much baloney, I don't even know what to do. Let me just go back to Zaidi. What I got from his press conference. He's looked at internal candidates, and unless we're all thinking Buster Posey, but I'm thinking he's looking at Kai Correa. Because I don't trust him. And that's the disconnect between fans and the Giants organization. I don't trust the ownership right now. I don't trust Zaidi. Definitely didn't trust Kapler. I actually like Kai Correa. From what little I know of him, that's another reason why Kapler's fired. He didn't show respect to his benchman, a guy who's been out there the whole time. He's the one who's coaching the defense. He's out there doing stuff. That's what I see. But it seemed, when I'm talking to Zaidi, he said, people want this job at the San Francisco Giants manager. But it sounds like he's living on the cachet of the past, but not respecting it. Not respecting Giants baseball. Defense. Good ball. Getting guys over. Platooning, yes. Making good pitching changes. But playing good baseball. That's what makes guys buy in. When you're hot, you play. When you hit a home run, you play the next day. Like, common sense. And he was talking about some of the internal inconsistency of the brand, where you're doing all this data ball, but you're not playing data ball on defense. You're not getting guys over. You're relying. This is what really bothers me. You're relying on that home run that it ain't gonna come. You're relying on a home run when Wilmer Flores led your team with 13 home runs. That doesn't make sense. Wilmer Flores is not really. I love Wilmer, but that's you can't rely on that. Wilmer Flores, 23 home runs. J.D. Davis, 18. Lamont Wade, what a season, 17 home runs. Yaz, 15. That ain't gonna cut it with that style. You gotta play good ball. You gotta get guys over. If you don't have the kind of players that hit home runs, you can't rely on the home run. You're trying to go back to 2021. And it doesn't make, that's why it's a fraud. That was a special year. All credit. All credit. But Posey got back to be an all-star. Longoria played well for us. He gave us great at-bats. Crawford had a tremendous comeback season. Brandon Belt, 29 home runs, career high. Gosman, what a year, especially the first half. But those guys are all gone. And Yaz's home run number was probably increased by the way the ballpark was playing that year. It ain't happening. And again, like I mentioned, Kapler gave in and let the old guys play. You can't play for the long ball that ain't coming, Jack. It ain't happening. There's a lot of field at Oracle Park. Yeah, some people don't want to play there, but get people that do. Tough-minded, Brian Sabian-ish type of players. Get the Cody Rosses who want to go out there and play. Get people that can hit. There's always, in our right field, someone's always going to be playing deep to take away Triple's alley. Get some hitters that can hit to right field down the line. You got to double every time. And if they play it that way, hey, if you hit it in the gap, there's a lot of room to run. Why haven't the Giants take advantage of this for the whole history of the park? Couple of contact hitters, and you could take advantage of this of your own park. They don't even do it. That should be Giants brand. Good baseball. That's Giants brand. That should be. That's what Giants brand needs to be. An opener sometimes. You got the Dodgers and you got some kid out there or someone's not pitching. Well, fine, get an opener. But Sean Manaea, if you're pitching well as a second pitcher after the opener, hey, give him a chance. Give him a chance to get back in. And then you can say, if they're not pitching well, you pitch better as the second pitcher off, after the opener. But at least give them a chance. They don't give the guys a chance, and it breaks them mentally. That's why they were dead second half of the year. Because they're incongruent. They weren't doing everything you need to do, because if they were, they'd be practicing defense. One thing, if you're platooning, you're not getting all those innings, so you actually can take grounders, take infield, take outfield, shag balls. You can do that if you're not playing full time, and there is room for platooning. Hey, Yastrzemski played 106. Maybe you should have played 90. Platoon him. But guys get hurt. That's fine. But you can't. This is where Zaidi has to step it up. I don't know what we're going to do with Haniger. I don't know if Conforto's going to sign. He actually played well. But not good enough. Not good enough. What's up, Zach? For those who joined late, this show is about the Giants brand and why Kapler is gone, why Zaidi is still here, and what needs to change about the brand in the future. And Giants fans, we don't expect, it's not the wins and losses. So I think Zaidi, he got as much wins, Kapler got as much wins from this team as possible, but it was a fraud. It was with its unsustainable openers, unsustainable mindset, and it's an incongruent system where you're saying you do everything you can on the data ball side where you're pinch hitting, platooning, but you're not doing everything you can do on the field, hitting cutoff men, knowing how many outs there are, playing terrible defense. And this is the kicker. You got Logan Webb, your ace pitcher. I don't know if the Giants have a best player, but if he's anyone, that's as good as anybody else. Logan Webb, he toughed it out all year. He's saying there's not a winning culture on this team. And that's why Kapler's gone. Lost the team the whole management, the whole management lost the club. The whole management lost the fans. All right. Hey, what's up, Night Shift? You know what? I'm gonna do another show on the Niners. I'm having some technical difficulties with my external mic when I click on, so I'm finishing up this show. This is part 2 of the Giant Show. Let's connect. I'll maybe we connect on their show or plan it, okay? But I tried to get someone else on earlier, and for some reason my Instagram Live turns off the microphone when I get someone else on. I haven't figured it out, but I'm doing part 2 of my show. But I'd love to talk Niners. So let me, if you have time later on, I'll message you back. Definitely want to talking Niners. Definitely want to talk about Randy Gregory's not going to play tomorrow, I guess, but still, I like what the Niners are thinking. All right. But here's what Zaire has to do. Keep on getting the good ball players, but we got to add speed. We got to add speed. And we have to believe. Zaidi, if you want to keep your job, you do need, like what you said, you need a distance between yourself, the management, and the actual manager. And this is the only other thing that Zaidi said in his press conference that really resonated with me. He said maybe there needs to be a distance between the front office and the manager. Yeah, you bet you did. And that's, and I always say respect authority. But Kapler basically got canned for doing exactly what Zaidi told him. We need someone who the players believe is in charge, because the players are getting a perception that no matter what they do, if they go 3 for 3, if they hit a home run, they're not going to play based on what the computer says. And that does not keep you mentally strong throughout a 162-game season. I'm not saying never do that. I'm not saying don't make pitching changes. I said before, Bruce Bochy is a reason why we have this 3-pitcher minimum when pitching changes are made, because he would change people. Bochy would make changes, and you do what you got to do at the right time. You need the data ball, but at the right time. And of course, yeah, you need a 300 hitter. You need a leadoff hitter who can get on base. We played since the 1800s, we played baseball. There's a reason, you got to make changes. You got to do what you got to do. But there's a reason why the leadoff hitter gets on base and steals bags. It gets momentum. There's a reason why your second place hitter gets guys over and has bat control, can hit the ball. The leadoff hitter gets on. Hey, he hits it to right field if your outfielder's playing deep in triples alley, or if he plays basic, you hit an alley and you get a double. Giants don't have none of that. Blake Sable was second on the team with 4 steals. That's ridiculous. Your backup catcher gets 4 steals. That's good for second on the team? In 2023, when the bags are bigger, that ain't going to cut it. There's no excitement. That's why the fans are gone. And we got Patrick. I want to watch Patrick Bailey, and I want to hear Kook and Kipe. But this boring style, it sucks the air out of the team. It seems like there's no leadership. Nothing that's going to happen is going to be dynamic. And if it is, you pull them right out of the game. And I'm going to put it on the line. I'm willing to go through the growing pains of having the young. If we can't, hey, you know what? I understand people don't want to come to San Francisco, but some people do. Some people are willing to play in the cold, and they say, you know what? We're going to play data ball, but we're going to play it. We're going to bunt. We're going to hit the cutoff man. We're going to play solid defense. And yeah, I'm willing to watch these kids learn how to play solid defense. I'm willing to see, Casey Schmidt take his lumps at third base and make some errors. And Luciano, get on his case, but put him back out there. See if they can play. I'm not willing to, like I said, don't overplay for mid players. And I don't want to pick on Hannah, because I don't know what he'd do, because he was injured. But man, we knew he was injured. That's why everyone's gone. You can't hang on to anybody. And I love Patrick Bailey. That's why you're here, Zaidi. I like some of the guys you brought up. I like Harrison. That's why you're here. Farhan, I'm willing to stick with the young kids. Even down the stretch, Bailey was getting a lot of pass balls. I'm willing to stick with it. But I'm not willing to stick with, Yastrzemski not knowing how outs there are. Same with Luciano. Haniger looking at his, key out there because he don't even know where to line up. They're not robots. There's a time and a place for the data ball. It's great. The Giants are good at that, but you gotta reset because there's no more shift. Reset because you're in a game where there's athletes. Are you gonna beat the Braves? But the athletes they have, the Diamondbacks got better athletes than you. We finished right where we deserve to finish, 4th in the league. We're nowhere near the Dodgers. We don't have their personnel. The Diamondbacks have better pitching and more athleticism. The Padres are stacked. They weren't even trying all year. They still whooped us, but you're telling us we're going to make the playoffs? Hey, be real with me. Giants, tell me that, hey, we're going to play the young guys. We're going to get some solid vets here, and we're going to take our lumps. And I'm willing to go with that. I'm willing to, watch the Cincinnati Red type of team with speed and players, And I don't mind Zaidi getting those fringe guys. He's got a lot of good ball players, and maybe one of our draft picks, one of our farm guys hit, or maybe we can make a trade, or maybe we can get that one. We can get a cleanup hitter, but we need a cleanup hitter and we need a leadoff dude. Lamont Wade's great. He's been 17 home runs, but 2 stolen bases for a leadoff hitter. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't baseball. There's a reason. Leadoff hitter, second place hitter, third place hitter's a best hitter. Yeah, Wilmer Flores, he's the basic platoon player. I'm not putting these guys down, but Flores is a good guy you want on your team. That's why I'm thinking they're not that far off, but they definitely have no cleanup hitter. J.D. Davis, you got J.D. Davis cleaning up, and you're surprised you're in 4th place. You're wondering why. That's why I'm kind of having Caps back here because he got us as far as we could for as long as he could, but everyone knew that wasn't gonna last. Zaidi, you got to get the players. And if you're not going to get the players, don't sell me on, Ohtani or the guys you cannot close on. There's no way we're getting Aaron Judge. You think the Padres are going to trade us Soto? You think he wants to be here? But we might get top-notch pitching, international pitching. Get people who want to be here. But if you want people to play here, they gotta play. You can sell because we sold it before. You can sell. We play good baseball. We get people over. Guys are gonna be sold in. We got some, we got rejects. We got Cody Ross and the thong and the beard. We got rejects from everywhere. They can play here. If you play good ball, the Giants fans will get behind you. You got a freak, Timmy Lincecum. We'll get behind you. We'll get behind quirky people, but can you play good ball? Do you sell out for the team? Give us something to believe in. That has to be the Giants brand. Pitching, defense, getting guys over. Doing the right things. Bruce Bochy, knowing when Don Manley turns his back on the mound. Oh, you can't do that. That's a balk. You're out of the game. You got to know the game. You could win with good ball players. And the Giants almost did, but they couldn't keep it mentally together. Because it's too much for a whole season. Pitching, defense, timely hitting, bunting, getting guys over, solid baseball. But you know what we got to add? We gotta add the speed, baby. The Giants are too damn slow. You got a big park. You don't take advantage of it. We need a new day. A new manager. We need scrappers. The Giants brand needs to be scrappy. We need 22 Ecksteins, man. We need players who hit the ball around. We need to put the ball in play. Take advantage of our park. You put it, hit a ground ball, and you gotta get on that ball, because you're not gonna beat them to first base. We need hustle. Who own their platoon? Lefty, righty. Hey, you got the left side, I got the right. It's gonna be one of us, day or night. All right, that's it. Gary Lamb Mania. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it clean. Giants brand. Let's step it up.